And the reason I bring this up is because of my next witness, Robert Jamison. He was on active duty Air Force from 1965 to 1972. While on active duty, he commanded the ICBM combat targeting team at Malmstrom Air Force Base from 65 to 67. He served as a missile targeting instructor at Chanute Air Force Base from 67 to 70, and as a targeting section commander at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota from 1970 to 72. He later worked as a traffic engineer for the California Department of Transportation, Captain Jamison.
Thank you, Bob. My name is Robert Jamison. I was a combat targeting officer at Malmstrom Air Force Base during the incident that we're talking about tonight, or this afternoon. Principally, my job was to point the missile in the right direction. It involves more than that. It involves smoke and mirrors and a whole bunch of other stuff. But generally, it's to point the direction, tell the missile which way to go. And also, if a missile falls off alert for no reason whatsoever, we have to go back and completely retarget it because we don't know what caused the missile to go off alert and whether or not it corrupted the targeting information. So we had to do the whole thing over again. I was on alert one night, and I got a call from Job Control. Job Control is the people that keep track of all maintenance. And the missile had gone down in Oscar flight. And he asked me to go and start it up. Well, that's bad news because Oscar flight is 160 miles from the base. And 160 miles on those Air Force trucks, no. So I had to go out anyway and did restart the missile. When I got to the hangar after I called my team ready to get ready to go, I walked into the hangar, and some of my friends came up and says, "Bob, do you hear what happened?" No, I didn't hear what happened. It says there was a UFO, the sheriff in Roy, Montana, a little burg outside Lewiston, Montana. Roy, Montana, reported a UFO in the area, told the Air Force, and at the same time, 10 missiles in Oscar flight went off alert. Well, this is very, very unusual. I don't know if there's any incidents where 2 missiles went off alert at the same time, but the missile to go off alert for no reason at all, it doesn't happen really. We do take missiles off alert for maintenance and other reasons, but to go off alert for no reason and then have 10 missiles to go off alert, it's never happened before. Well, it happened a week before that. And Bob was the launch commander at that time. So they sent me out. Well, first of all, they gave me the targeting information, told you aren't going to start one target, you're going to start 4 targets, or 4 missiles. And he said, but don't leave yet. We're going to have to wait until all the activity out there dies down. But they told me there was also a flying saucer or truck driver going down Belt Canyon and reported a UFO. And we have a group out there right now involving the wing commander and some other big wheels. Just watching it. It's at the bottom of a canyon now. They can't send anybody. It's nighttime. They aren't going to send anybody down to the canyon at nighttime. They aren't going to send any helicopters down at the nighttime. But as soon as it gets light, they're going to do that. As soon as it got light and the helicopter started going down, the thing shot up between the two and disappeared. So that's near Belt, Montana. And Bob has talked a little bit about that too. But getting back to the missiles that we put back on alert, and the next day I was out on again, and I was talking to one of the what we call a strike team. They're airmen, military, air police. Well, security. Yeah. And he was out at the site during the previous night. And he's telling me, I said, did you see anything? He says, yes, I remember seeing way out in the distance, there's a red dot. But I see the red dot getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're going to be coming closer and closer and closer. All of a sudden, a few miles out, it split into two dots. And they came right over top of me, and then this guy started breaking down, and I says, okay, forget about it. And I understand there's several, more than one of these guys are just right out of high school, so they're very young. And several were affected by what happened, and they were transferred, which is a good thing. But the most important thing, even though I never saw a flying saucer or a UFO, I do know they exist because they have they knocked down our missiles. That just doesn't happen every day. You knock down our missiles, and they're very, very interested in our defense, our national defense. They're very interested in our nuclear weapons and our methods of delivering nuclear weapons. And that's what concerns me, is the problem with national defense. And that's really why we're here today. Congress is going to take a look at this because the defense of the nation depends upon this. It depends upon what we have and what they have. I don't think they're going to destroy. I'm not scared of them, but I'm just kind of concerned.
I just have to say, Robert Jamison has had difficulty walking, and it was very courageous of him to come talk to us today.